Welcome everyone to Ultimate Gamer Podcast. This is episode 14. Definitely, we're going strong here. The show's definitely doing a very good job, as well as our listeners. We average about, I would say, maybe 700 or so views per week. Not too bad, considering that it's a long show. I'm definitely not a very popular person on YouTube. But definitely doing well. We're planning on episode 20 to eventually bring the show over to iTunes and the Microsoft Marketplace, where you can download the episodes and stream them on your iPods, iPhones, Windows phones, Android phones. So definitely interesting stuff coming up with this. So I am joined with the one and only Kevin.
Hey everyone.
Now, originally we were going to have Black Bond on the show. Unfortunately, things came up, but hopefully we'll have him on next week. So, right now, it's a crazy fucking storm, isn't it?
Oh, you're telling me I was out there before shoveling and it's nuts out there right now.
We're supposed to get, I think, like 10 to 15 inches.
Yeah, we were originally supposed to be getting like 4 to 8 inches and then they moved us up to like 12 to 14. It's crazy.
It was, I think, like the very early reports, they were supposed to get like 3 inches tops. And it's
Yeah.
just getting progressively worse. And the storm is still affecting us right now. The worst of the storm is yet to come.
It's supposed to come later tonight though.
Yeah, we're supposed to also have hurricane-like gusts.
Oh, isn't that great?
Yeah.
Hurricane Sandy 2, Electric Boogaloo.
Oh, God. I mean, hey, Sandy is no laughing matter. I mean,
No, it
unfortunately,
wasn't.
I
It
have
really
family
wasn't.
that lost homes and stuff. But what is it? One thing that sucks about having a dog is that every gust of wind, the thing flips out.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, you've had a dog.
Yeah, my dog used to do that a lot. Like every time there was a storm, she would just flip out. So,
All right. Well, now, speaking of storms, you know where I'm going with this.
yeah.
Wii U owners are pissed off right now. Now,
And rightfully so.
if you could tell from the intro music, there's a specific game I'm talking about. Now, Kevin's going to explain to us the story, and then we're going to reflect and comment on this story.
Yes, well, yesterday, Ubisoft made the announcement that 3 weeks before Rayman Legends was supposed to come out, they announced that they've postponed it till September because for a multi-platform ports. So, yeah.
And people
And now
are
every
pissed.
every Wii U owner is pissed. Even the developers themselves are pissed. There was a there was I think it was like on the Ubisoft forums, one of the developers got on there and told everyone that even him and several of his coworkers were pissed at Ubisoft because the game's finished. It's completely finished. And now they're Ubisoft is unloading even more work onto them to port it over to the PS3 and 360. It's bullshit.
I know, and I mean, look,
It's
it's something that they could have just released it as scheduled, which would have been the intelligent thing to do. And then just come out and say, hey, we're gonna bring it out for the PS3 and 360 at a later date.
They could have just made Rayman Legends a timed exclusive on the Wii U.
Exactly.
It would have been
They do it for
yeah.
every other fucking platform. Why not the Wii U?
It's a good point. I mean, I just Ubisoft, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, they're so stupid. And
Now
I
everyone,
was looking forward to this game. I definitely
yeah,
was. I mean, I played Rayman Origins. I thought it was definitely a very good game.
yeah,
But this is bullshit.
yeah, it's completely bullshit. And of course, Ubisoft, trying to make everyone happy again, decided to instead of making it a timed exclusive, instead of doing what the fans want, they're instead just releasing a new demo on the Wii U.
Whoa! Oh my
Yeah,
god. Oh man, they're just like so amazing. I can't believe they decided to
they
help
really
us loyal
understand.
fans. They
They
really do
really
understand
understand
us.
their fans, and they understand why they're mad at them. Jesus
This
Christ.
you know what? This solves everything. I mean, they
Yeah.
should have Ubisoft solve world hunger. They should solve, our problems in the world because they're just so good.
Oh yes, and we should also let EA solve our whole financial issues.
Of course. No, THQ
So,
solve our financial issues. Yeah,
oh
Ubisoft is
God.
retarded. Well, you know where they are. They're French, aren't they?
Yeah,
Yeah, fuck them.
but it's just, oh man,
No, and
Ubisoft, what are you doing?
it's not only that. Nintendo really is becoming their system is starting to get into hot water here.
Yeah,
Why? Look, you know what? All the third party developers, every single one of the people that were part of the Nintentage. Remember when they say where they were talking about third party support? Like, this is going
yeah,
back 2 years ago, and they had a whole montage with all the developers talking about how they love the new console, how they can't wait to bring their games over, and they started making these crazy announcements. We're bringing this series over. We're bringing this series over. You know what? For every single one of them that went back on their word, they can go fuck themselves.
yeah.
All right?
What the hell happened? I thought we
You
were
you
gonna
know
get
you
like all
lose
this
you lose your
massive third-party
credibility
support.
as well as like I can't respect them as a professional anymore. You're cutting
Yeah,
back on
it's
this. Look, you guys are part of the problem. You say, "Oh, Wii U owners don't buy their games or they're not buying this." Well, you're the ones that are taking the fucking games away from the system.
yeah,
And this is kind of a catch-22. If Wii U gamers boycott Rayman Legends, it only like proves them right. But yet, if we buy it, we're also supporting their retardation. So it's kind of like no matter what, we lose.
yeah.
It's just, oh god, this has to be
No, I
one of the
understand.
like
It's
like biggest fuck yous in a very long time. I mean, at least make the announcement, a while back. Don't just 2 weeks until launch. Yeah, fuck you guys. We're not gonna release it. And that's stupid. Like this reminds me of the
and there's no
Atari the
point to
Atari
it.
Atari 7600. Oh no, it's sorry
20
7800.
70, yeah, 7800.
Remember they shelved it, and then when they realized
It
that
was supposed to come out in 83, 84. Then they shelved it because the person who was the head of the company at the time thought that Atari should be more of a home computer company, okay?
uh-huh.
And wanted to get every aspect of gaming in the company, okay? So he shelved this thing, and then Nintendo comes over, brings the NES out, comes a huge hit, and all of a sudden he was like, "Oh, gaming, we could make money on gaming again," and decided to release the 7800. Even though by that time the 7800 was outdated and was packaged with games like Pole Position 2 and Miss Pac-Man, games that nobody cared about anymore.
Exactly.
It's bullshit.
It is, and as I'm saying, they're losing money in this because now they have games that are manufactured that now have
Yeah.
to sit in warehouses.
Not just that, you're releasing a game out at the same time that the new Call of Duty and the new what other franchises come out like around that time?
Battlefield,
Battlefield, all the major AAA games. This game's going to compete with them.
they're stupid.
It's going to get destroyed in September. Completely destroyed. I mean, it's an extremely stupid thing for them to do. And even like I said, even the developers hate it. Even the
Yeah,
guys who worked on the game hate it. Not only are they having more work unloaded onto them, but the fact that they even uh, brought up the same problem I brought up just now. The fact that it's gonna get destroyed in September by the big AAA games.
true.
It's it's the most it's stupid. It's completely stupid for them to do this.
Yep.
So, but you know what? let them, let this bite them in the ass. That's the way
Exactly.
I see it. You know, they want to get fucked, fine, let them get fucked. But you know what? It's not our problem. It's not the game designers' problems. It's the higher ups at Ubisoft's problem.
Unfortunately, it's the developers that will pay the price.
Exactly.
Because if this whole stunt ends up, if they have to downsize because they didn't sell any of these games, the developers are the first ones to go. And it's not the developers that made this stupid ass decision. It was the higher ups,
Exactly.
and the higher ups watch. Okay, you fire all these developers because the higher ups made a mistake. The higher ups still maintain their job, and they still get to do this shit. It's bullshit.
It is bullshit. It's just it's fucked up.
It is.
It's completely fucked up.
Let's move
So
on to
yeah, let's move
dice.
on to yes, last night. Well, over the past few days, there was the Dice Summit was going on in Las Vegas, Nevada, and last night was the Dice Awards, which is pretty much the Academy Awards for video games.
Okay.
And so I watched it live. It was live on YouTube, and it was being hosted by Machinima. The following oh shit, sorry, I dropped a game in the background. So the following games won. Let's see, outstanding achievement in visual engineering, Halo 4 won. Outstanding achievement in story, The Walking Dead. Outstanding achievement in sound design, Journey. Outstanding achievement in original music composition, Journey. Outstanding achievement in gameplay engineering, XCOM Enemy Unknown. Outstanding achievement in connectivity, Halo 4. Outstanding character performance, The Walking Dead, Lee Everett. Outstanding achievement in art direction, Journey. Outstanding achievement in animation, Assassin's Creed 3. Strategy slash simulation game of the year, XCOM Enemy of Unknown. Sports game of the year, FIFA Soccer 13. Role playing slash MMO game of the year, Mass Effect 3. Racing game of the year, Need for Speed Most Wanted. Fighting game of the year, and this kind of, you're going to hate this, PlayStation All Stars Battle Royale. Family game of the year, Skylanders Giants. Casual game of the year, Journey. Adventure game of the year, The Walking Dead. Action game of the year, Borderlands 2. Web-based game of the year, SimCity Social. Mobile game of the year, Hero Academy. Handheld game of the year, Paper Mario Sticker Star. Downloadable game of the year, Walking Dead. Outstanding innovation in gaming, Journey. Outstanding achievement in online gameplay, Journey. Outstanding achievement in game direction, Journey. And finally, the winner of the game of the year, Journey.
Uh huh.
Those are the winners. So, yeah, what do you think?
I personally don't care about video game awards.
Okay, but yeah. They also had I think it was the Lifetime Achievement Award, Gabe Newell.
Hmm.
Yeah.
He hasn't released any fucking games in a long time.
No, but you see, that's the thing. It's given out to those who have done a really good job with gaming.
Hmm.
Who've sort of, you know, yeah. So, yeah, that was it. Also, the keynote speech was opened up by J.J. Abrams and Gabe Newell this year.
That's cool.
Yeah, and they announced that they are going to be working on a new game. And what they also announced though was that J.J. Abrams is also working with Valve on a Half-Life and Portal movie. So,
Well, if they're working together, maybe it might be good.
yeah. At least the person who's working behind with it actually has some talent.
Yeah, we're not talking about the Resident Evil director.
Oh god.
The movie sucks ass.
what was his name? Paul W.S. Anderson. Oh, that guy. I always, like I said, I always like calling the Resident Evil movies, "Look how hot my wife is." The movie.
Yeah.
It's true.
Well, then
Abs-
let's move on to number 4.
Okay. Number four. Gabe Newell and Nintendo are skeptical of cloud gaming. John?
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh,
You
okay,
always
fine.
pause.
Okay. Well, I expecting you to say something.
No, I told you you're front ending these.
Well, yeah. In a recently at his keynote speech, he talked about cloud gaming and said how it really isn't. He's very skeptical about it.
Now, what are we referring to with cloud gaming? We referring to the thing like on live?
Yeah, like that, where games are your video games are stored on a server somewhere else, somewhere, and you just like access an online service to get to them. Um, he, in his keynote speech, he said he feels that cloud gaming won't work until it becomes successful, and until internet the internet is fast enough that that lag and other such are not a problem.
Hmm.
And he's right. The problem with the internet, with cloud gaming, is that it just isn't feasible. You know, and like I said, Satoru Iwata said the same thing. You know, to quote him, he says, "A cloud is an attempt to process information online on a server, as opposed to doing so on individual machines in the hands of the users. What this implies is, since the time to transmit data over an internet connection is never negligible, there's always some latency before you receive the result of your input." Okay.
Yep.
So, honestly, I agree with them. I'm the kind of person where if I'm going to download a game, I'm going to have it saved onto my machine. I don't like the idea of a game company having access to my game, because then they could just lock it out and say, "Oh, well, you need to charge us extra." Then they can just hold it for ransom. So, that's my personal take on cloud
Well,
gaming. I don't
don't
really
they
like it.
already do that with activations?
Exactly.
I mean,
You
look,
know,
I bought what was it, Dead Space 3? I cracked it.
yeah.
I refused to
Nice.
activate it, so the key is still good. It's just, look, I refuse to deal with DRM. And as a consumer, I can do whatever the fuck I want.
That's
The DMCA has nothing on the end user consumer. You want to hack your device? You have every God given right to do so.
Yep.
So, EA, suck my left nut.
Same here.
What was funny about Dead Space 3 is it was actually cracked and leaked the day before the game came out.
Really?
Yep. And the crack that I use, I could actually run the game without installing it.
So EA, how's that DRM working for you?
Ah, it proves to be a complete waste of fucking time.
You see, my one problem with DRM is that it doesn't really affect pirates or people pirating games.
It
It
never will.
does no. It affects those who are legitly paying for their games.
Exactly.
And it just comes to the point where like EA is treating their consumers as if they're paying consumers as if they're pirates.
Uh-huh.
That's my main problem with this whole thing. It treats the consumer
Like criminals.
exactly, and tries to tie them down and force them to show loyalty to them.
Ah, show loyalty back, you dumb fucks. Lower the prices of the games when they come out and people won't pirate them.
Exactly. You know.
I have to say, my initial impressions of Dead Space 3. Now, people who have known me for a while know that Dead Space 1 is my favorite of the series. Dead
I've
Space.
never
Huh?
I've never actually played the first one.
I know you've mentioned that.
I've never really played any of the games.
You seriously need to. It is such
I
a
know.
good game.
I know it looks really good.
I love the original Dead Space.
Well, I've seen your Let's Play,
And what
and
did
I
you
enjoyed
think?
it. It actually looks very interesting. I might actually
What was your
get it.
favorite part of me playing it?
when you're in the when you're
in the store.
in the store and all of a sudden the alien comes what were they called? The necromorphs?
Yes.
When they come up right behind you
No, I
and
just
it's
love it. Like, my favorite part of
that
it
was funny.
was it wasn't forced or anything. I didn't even know it was going to happen. I said, there's a guy behind me. He can't get me because I'm in the store. And all of a sudden he hits me. I'm like, you motherfucker. And then I just saw him to pieces.
That was
And
great.
I'm watching this over and over because I don't remember doing it. So when I went to edit the video, I kept playing it over and over. I'm laughing hysterical because I'm like, I couldn't believe it. I actually did that. I was like, it was very well played out, and everyone loved that part. But
Yeah.
okay, now look, I
Yeah,
hate Dead Space 2. I thought Dead Space 2 was shit. For one, it wasn't scary. You can anticipate every single jump scare. It sucked. It really did. Now, Dead Space 3, I'm really looking forward to it, but I have to say my initial impressions are positive. I think they did a better job than they did on number 2. It definitely has its scary parts. It also has some pretty interesting things about it. One of my favorite parts is that you can actually have side quests, and they're completely optional. And I actually went and played through these side quests, and they're awesome. And you definitely get a good payout for doing so. They brought back, like you feel like you're on the Ishimura throughout the whole beginning of the game, pretty much. One thing I hated was the very beginning of the game. When you open up, you're basically running through a city, and what's stupid is you're not fighting any necromorphs in the beginning. You're actually running away from cult retarded, Scientologist kind of people. Um,
Wait, there's
and
Scientologists in the game?
well, technically, that's what their cult is. Um,
Oh,
they
okay. So it's
look
so they it's like they don't
the
they're not they don't call themselves
no, they
Scientologists,
don't call themselves
but they're kind of
Scientologists,
like
but
that.
they're based off of Scientologists.
Ah,
So they're
okay.
psychotic and they're overtaking the city and they want you
Surpri-
dead because you're destroying their religion and blah blah blah. You know. So the thing is,
Sounds
if
like actual
it
Scientologists.
really felt like playing Mass Effect in the
Hmm.
beginning. I was like, what the fuck is this shit? And all it is that you're actually shooting humans. And I'm like, this is stupid. And it has a cover system and all that. I'm like, this is definitely not really doing well. But the second you go into space, that's when everything gets better. I could say that it starts out shitty, but gets better from there. Um, but they changed the necromorphs. They changed the entire design of them. They're more scary looking. I have to say they did a very good job with that. They also added a bunch of new type of necromorphs that I'm not going to spoil them for anybody, but it was definitely well done. They changed that. There are times where you don't anticipate shit. Like
Really?
normally they rev things up and you're like, yeah, there's going to probably be a guy that jumps out of the corner. This, nope. They actually did a very good
So it
job.
has the feeling of dread,
I
pretty
opened
much.
up an elevator and a fucking guy runs out of an elevator trying to kill me. They haven't
Shit.
done that yet. This is the first time they did it, and it was very well done.
Wow.
And you're exploring ships that are over 200 years old, so like they're like all rusted away, and they did a very good job.
Okay. Wow.
So you definitely have to play it.
So would you say that like Dead Space 2 is the Devil May Cry 2 of the series?
Yes,
Okay.
Dead Space 3 so far is looking to be almost as it'll never be as good as the original, but it comes pretty damn close so far. Now, for those who are complaining about the microtransactions, it is not. I personally have not even seen the microtransaction any screen or any advertisement or anything. So I don't see a problem with it right now. It's really for those who want to cheat. But then again, if you want to cheat, just download a modified game save. You know?
Yeah.
I mean, why spend money? But definitely something that if you were skeptical because Dead Space 2 wasn't as good as the original, check it out.
Cool.
Yep.
That sounds interesting.
So we're going to move on to Sony.
Oh, Sony.
It
Our
looks
good
like
friend Sony.
Sony finally got the hint that their Vita isn't doing good. Now, I love
What?
these news. You know why? Because you remember when I made that video about 3DS versus Vita and
Yeah.
how I said history repeats itself and everyone told me I was wrong. Everyone told me that the Vita
Yeah.
is going to dominate the 3DS. Look, guys, history repeated itself and you guys all were wrong. I was
Yep.
right.
It.
Um, so let me divulge this information here. Sony says that its PlayStation Vita failed to achieve market penetration. Oh, yeah.
Which doesn't really sound right, but continue.
Well, market penetration means a lot.
Yeah, I
Um,
know, but come on.
So now they said May of last year, Sony expected the Vita and PSP together to sell 16 million units, which they lowered to 12 million in August, 10 million in November, and now it's saying 7 million by the end of next month. Ah,
Well, it's nice to know that they're realizing that their console's failing,
yep.
but let's just hope that they actually try to fix it.
What I like is who's this guy? Jim Sterling. He
Yeah.
writes, and this is a very good quote. Sony needs to stop recognizing important issues and start actually doing something about them. That's true. It's
Yeah.
Sony. Sony's like, oh, we know,
Yeah, they're
but
always
they're
like
not
that.
doing anything.
Every time like a console's failing or they fuck over their consumers, they're always like, "Yeah, we know. We're not going to do anything about it, but we know."
We agree. We agree.
There's a like
uh, I mean, look. Let me just say about Sony. Like, I mean, I had high hopes for the Vita. You know that.
oh yeah.
I
I
own
definitely know
almost
that.
all of the launch titles that the thing came out with. I have not. I honestly have not used the thing in a very long time. I haven't used it since maybe the fall. That was a
Yeah.
bit, yeah. I have. I honestly don't use the thing. I really wanted it to succeed. I really did. I wanted to see the start of a new Sony where they're getting shit right. But nope, they still fuck things up. Oh well.
Yeah. I was considering it actually.
You should get it.
But here's the problem is that there's no game that I really really want for
You
it.
can get all the PSP games that you wanted.
Not really. I mean, it's like, for example, it's like Dissidia. Is it like digital? Or
Yeah.
same thing with like Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. Are they digital or what?
No, you
Those are
mean
the games that I want to
The
play on the
PSP
PSP.
games.
What?
The PSP games?
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe so.
Are they on? Because last time I checked, they weren't. You know, Square wasn't really doing the digital thing when it came to PSP games.
Oh
So,
well. You still have mine. I don't mind you buying games from my PSP.
well, I already did. I bought the Twisted Metal for it.
Oh yeah, head on. I gotta borrow that shit now.
Yeah.
I gotta
It's
take
actually
back
pretty.
the here.
It's actually.
I gotta take back my PSP to borrow your game.
But
I
you know, I would like to get a Vita. It's a nice system. It's
oh yeah, it's a
very
gorgeous
powerful.
system.
It's got some pretty good games for it, but there's no real games that tell me I really need to buy this system.
Of course,
You know,
and
there's none of that. I mean,
except
yeah,
for Sly Cooper.
Sly Cooper looks interesting. Actually, they're doing a promotion on PSN. If you buy the digital, you
Yeah.
get the Vita version for free.
No, they do it with the physical disc.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Because I saw that on PSN recently.
No, they do it for
Um.
all of them.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I'm not buying the
But
PS3 version. I'm just gonna buy the Vita version.
but you know, what I mean, looking at the games, I mean, yeah, there's Gravity. Was it Gravity Rush in America?
Gravity Days.
Gravity Days in America?
No, it's Gravity Rush in America, but I'll
Okay.
always call it Gravity Days.
Okay, fine. Gravity, whatever. You know, that game looks really good. I played a little bit of that. It looks fantastic. You know, you have
They better
Persona
release
4
a sequel
Golden.
to it.
Persona 4 Golden looks awesome.
but it's a remake.
Yeah, but there's some games here and there that look interesting to me, but there's nothing that tells me I need to get this system. There's
True.
nothing that tells me you got to get this game for this system. And, you know, like I said, I would like to get it. It's a nice system, but there's just nothing there for me.
For me,
There's nothing that
for
interests me.
I guess for me, it's just that the pricing needs to come down if they want this thing to
Yeah,
succeed. The
and I'm
memory card
hoping
is just the biggest hurdle for me.
I'm hoping that that surprise announcement on the 20th, I am
Oh yeah, I
hoping
forgot
that
about
it's
that.
I'm hoping that they announce like a price cut on the Vita
I think
and
they will.
memory card price cut.
Or it's the PS Vita 2, where it's a smaller version.
Do we really need a PS Vita 2? I mean, the first one's failing like crazy.
No, it's not failing hardware wise. It's
Yeah,
it's failing
hardware wise,
sales wise. It's failing.
well, yeah. I mean,
The unit doesn't have any. Well, it does have the
that's
issue with
not
the squeaking
that's
L
what I mean.
trigger or right
That's what
trigger.
I mean. It's failing. Okay, I'm not talking about the hardware. I'm talking about
The
sales
sales.
wise. It
Yeah,
is failing.
yeah. I mean, if
And
they have to make the system cheaper.
yeah. And what's interesting though about that article is that it's not just the Vita. Console sales are down too.
No shit.
You know, I mean, console sales were 6.8 million last quarter, down from 7.4 million a year ago.
I wonder why. Is it because
And you
maybe
know,
where everyone and their cousin has these systems?
yeah, you know,
The deal is the generation needs to die now. It really does. It's outlived its course. You can't
and
tell me a
Sony
7-year-old system is still relevant.
Sony is showing that the 10-year life cycle,
Is
it's
bullshit.
not viable.
It's not doable.
You can't, you need to change the hardware every 5 years.
Yeah, at
You know,
least.
yeah, it worked for the PS1 and PS2, but that's because midway through their life cycles, there was a new console out. You know.
It's true.
Also, think about it, like the last place, a lot of these a lot of the last games for the PS1 and PS2 came out like 2 or 3 years before they eventually cut support.
Of course.
I mean, the last PS1 game was I know it was a sports game, came out in 2004. Okay,
Wow.
they Sony stopped producing the PS1 in 2006.
Wow.
Yeah. PS2, recently Sony stopped production of it, but do you know what the last game that came out for the PS2 was?
What?
Persona 4. That came out in 2009.
Wow.
So, yeah, I mean, games wise, support for these systems died a lot earlier, but they still made the systems for
Of
10
course.
years.
And that's the thing
Yeah.
is that you're really showing the age of these systems. The PC version is being held back because of this. I mean, you look at Dead Space 3. It does not wow me at all with the graphics. It really isn't like the first one, and I'm telling you, like the PC is capable of far more.
Oh, yeah.
But it's because of the consoles. They realize, well, there's no point putting in those extra textures and particle effects and all this extra stuff if the consoles can't even handle it. So watch, the PC versions will start to really boom right after Sony and Microsoft comes out with their next systems.
Yeah.
They're going to start really pushing the limitations of PCs again.
And the thing is, we're not the only ones saying this. I've heard game developers in interviews say the same thing. That
Exactly.
this generation lasted longer than it should have.
Yeah.
That it's time for Sony and Microsoft to come out with new consoles.
Yep.
It's this generation, it's pretty much dead. It's over.
Yeah, I really like. As I said,
And
everything I'm buying
anyone
is for the PC.
and anyone who is still defending these consoles, who's like, well, no, the PS3 and 360, they still have some life. They can still be salvaged. You're wasting your time. You're
Yeah,
wasting your time and effort on consoles that have 7 to 8 year hardware, 8-year-old
exactly.
hardware in them.
My fucking tablet has better graphics than the PS.
Exactly. We've gotten to the point where, you know, you can have a console or a handheld that's a lot smaller than say the 360 and PS3 and can yet graphically do a lot more than these consoles.
Yeah, I'm telling
You
you,
have
my Vio Duo 11 has
Yeah.
better graphics than the PS3. It's as
Yeah,
thin
by
as
that,
a spiral bind notebook.
folks, it's time to move on. You know, but you still have idiots who still want to believe that the 360 and PS3 they still have some life in them. No, they don't.
Nope, they need to be taken back and shot.
Old Yeller style?
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
Next topic.
Next topic.
What?
Resident Resident Evil shit.
Ah,
Resident Evil shit. You okay there, buddy?
I'm dying.
What do you get for being out in the cold for too long?
Fuck you. I had a shovel. We don't have those fancy schmancy snow blowers.
Neither do I. Um,
We
yes,
don't
moving on
have
to next
illegal
topic.
Mexicans living in our backyard to do all the yard work.
Okay. Resident Evil shit is officially a failure.
You come up with that all by yourself?
No, because you came up with it before, so I'm stealing it.
Woo! Yeah, Resident Evil 6 is officially a failure. No shit, because I have my
It
copy here and it
it
has not been
has failed to
played.
move the numbers that Capcom was hoping for, which they were hoping and predicting it would hit 5 million by now.
Yeah.
It's only hit 4.8 million. It's failed. It's failed to turn the sales that Capcom was hoping for.
Yeah.
So,
I'm holding the Resident Evil 6 anthology in my hand.
oh
I
god.
have not played the game in actually since I bought it. I bought
I
it
just
huh?
all I did is I played the prologue and I fucking hated it.
Yeah.
That one part just you need a quick time event just to pick up a fucking health item.
No.
Ah,
No, it wasn't for a health item. That was for the
breaking the car window.
breaking a car window, and then you had a quick time event for removing a piece of wood.
Even like it would take half in like something like Resident Evil 4, it would have taken half the time to do that.
Yeah.
But oh man, it's Capcom. What are you doing with Resident Evil?
Yep.
Come on.
Well, the
And
anthology edition came with Resident Evil Director's Cut, Resident Evil 2, 3,
Okay,
4, and 5 Gold Edition.
okay. Awkward silence.
No, it's not awkward.
Well, it's silence either way. But yeah, it's officially a
Silence
failure
but deadly.
in the. It's officially a failure in the eyes of Capcom, and honestly, I think this is the reason why we're getting revelations on the consoles.
They need to recoup their money.
Exactly. Not just that, but
Revelations was actually really good. You borrowed it, didn't you?
I borrowed it from you. I didn't buy it because I'm still boycotting Capcom until they release Mega Man Legends 3.
Go ahead, keep boycotting because they ain't
I
releasing it.
know, I know, I know. Yeah, make fun of me because of that, but you know what? It's still bullshit.
You're
Still
just your
fucking.
butt hurt, okay? You mad, bro?
Shut up.
You mad, bro?
You're not a troll.
You mad, bro?
Anyway, but like, yeah, Revelations was pretty good. but it still doesn't take away from the fact that Resident Evil 6 and Operation Raccoon City were both pieces of shit.
Yeah, well, yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
that game. Oh god. And the hell of it is that Zombie U was a better game. Would you agree?
What?
Would you agree that Zombie U is what Resident Evil 6 should have been?
Oh yeah, I love Zombie U.
Zombie U was awesome.
I
I
got up.
still
I'm in Buckingham Palace. That shit's awesome.
cool. Yeah, I still need to get that. It's actually gone down in price since the launch. So
Really?
yeah,
Motherfucker, I paid $60 for it.
on Amazon you can get it for 50.
Fuck.
Yeah. So yeah, you're gonna we gonna that's pretty much it for all the topics. Are we gonna wrap things up?
Yeah, what games have you been playing, Kevin?
Ah, yes. Well, as you mentioned before, you're playing Dead Space 3. I just got done with Catherine
Oh,
for
how did you
PS3.
like it? Which
Actually,
ending did you get?
I got the good ending,
Well,
which
that's
I'm not gonna
well,
spoil,
you
but
got the one with Catherine with a K.
yes.
Fuck Catherine with a K. I love the one with Catherine with a C. That ending. The
You
good
didn't
one.
even you didn't even beat it.
I've seen all the endings.
You did?
Yes.
Hmm. Yeah, I got the Catherine with the K edition. Honestly, I thought it was pretty good. I thought it was it's a very interesting concept of a psychological horror romance puzzle game.
Yeah, it was good. I liked it.
It's very unique, very different from other genres, though I do admit that eventually it did kind of get repetitive, where you're going back and forth between, you know, when Vincent's awake. You're going
Yes.
back and forth between that and then the dream world, and it's just like back and forth. It did get a little repetitive.
I would get him drunk every day.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
actually, it does. It makes you move faster in the dream sequences.
Yep.
So I only got him drunk in the last, just before the final boss.
And I got him drunk every fucking night.
Okay.
And I love it. They
Uh,
always had the trivia about the different alcohol.
yeah.
Remember? Every
Yeah.
time you order more, he's like, well, the whiskey was invented by this, and or sake is mispronounced by people, and it was actually pretty cool.
Yeah, it was pretty cool. You
But
know,
damn, I have to say, look, admit it. If Catherine with C showed up on your door, you would fuck her.
ah, here's the problem with that. If it was Catherine C and didn't turn out to be a succubus, maybe, yeah.
No, I'd fuck the shit out of her. I would sacrifice my soul for that.
And then your girlfriend shows up and kicks you in the nads.
No, then I fuck her too.
Oh my god, I can't believe we're talking about this.
Well, we're both
Um,
guys. I don't give a
no,
shit.
well, on a podcast, no, nonetheless.
So,
In a private conversation, I would expect, yeah, but not.
I'm serious. I should have like my friend, my college friends join the show because the number of
Even better, even better, get your work friend to come on.
yeah, I know that's what I'm talking about. If I had them on the show, I swear to God, like you would, this show would be a number one podcast because the things you think Podtoid is bad. Just wait until you hear the shit these guys talk about.
Oh man.
Oh,
But yeah, I got.
we pulled a prank on one of them. We had a iMac box in the back of one of our cars, so we tell the guy to come over to the office to pick up a special surprise, right?
Yeah.
We give him the box. He's like, "This is so light," and we're like, "Yeah, it's the new model. They made them lighter and all this shit." And we're like, "Yeah, we got it for you because you've been doing a very good job." Like we bullshitted him. And he brought it home, and then all of a sudden we get a text message. He's like, "You guys suck." I I could just
Uh,
imagine them like, yes, I get this. What the fuck? you
but I
know?
gotta say, one thing I liked about Catherine was I liked the music. The
Oh
music was
yeah,
great.
yeah. I
The the
definitely loved
the
it.
remixes of classical pieces I thought was very well done.
Yeah.
So,
I didn't give a shit about that.
but I also right now I'm currently playing Final Fantasy 12 because I got the collector's edition a few
Oh
months ago.
fuck you! So you don't even start on the Final Fantasy 13 too?
Not yet,
Uh,
but I gotta say, Square, what the fuck happened? Seriously, like, okay, 10 was a piece of shit. I don't care what people say. 10 is a piece of shit. 11 just wasn't that good. Then they come out with 12, which is surprisingly was is actually pretty good. I'm really liking it. Okay? Gameplay is very interesting. It's more real-time battle, but it's actually very well done. Plus, it does the one thing that not even Final Fantasy 13 did. Okay? Remember the one thing I hated about Final Fantasy 13
yes.
was that like you would sign a character a leader, but if the leader died, it was game over.
Yes.
Okay? Guess what? In Final Fantasy 12, if the leader dies, it's not game over.
Huh.
It then says pick a new leader, and you go through your current party members and choose which one's going to be the leader.
Yeah, they do that in Final Fantasy 13 too.
They do that in 13 too.
Yes, they do.
Like it's like what the fuck happened? You would expect that to be in 13, but no. Okay. Plus, here's a cast of characters who are actually likable. Okay, maybe Vaughn's a bit of a bitch, but at least he's far better than fucking Titus and Lightning. But it's like, what? Like, I'm just playing the game and I'm just like, Square, what the hell happened?
Exactly.
10 was shit, 11 wasn't that good. Then you put out 12, which so surprisingly good, and then you go back to making shit?
Yep.
What the fuck? Just what the oh my god. I
Somebody's a
gotta
little
say,
pissed.
I'm also liking the battle system. I think it's very well done. You don't have if you want to use an item, it like you don't have to go into your main menu. You can actually just hit X and it comes up with like the normal attack item, all that kind of stuff. And you can just use items while you're not even in a fight.
Cool.
Okay? That I like. They did a lot of things I like in 12. 13, ah, it just it you would think that the next game in the series they would improve on things.
Yeah.
You know, but no, we don't get an improvement. Instead, we get a game that's even shittier than it's shittier than 12, but I wouldn't say it's shittier than 10. No, 10's like the worst in the series.
Huh.
But it's just it pisses me off because it's like what the fuck happened?
True.
Plus you have a protagonist who isn't a whiny little bitch. I mean, yeah, he does whine a lot, but he's not a bitch. He's not unlikable. He's not, you don't want to pull him through the screen and smack him across the face. You know, he's not, plus he's not, but he's not stoic. He's not too, such a hard ass.
okay.
I wouldn't say he's like Zidane because Zidane was, to me, Zidane's like the best protagonist in the entire series, from 9. But Vaughn, he's kind of likable. He's a character. He's not like I said, he's not a whiny little bitch, but at the same time, he's not a hard ass.
Okay.
Okay, he's in between. And then you, again, like I said, you think that they would improve upon it, but no. They put out that piece of shit 13, and yeah,
Huh.
just what the fuck happened, Square?
Somebody's mad.
And you just repeated yourself, but
Yep.
so did I. So, um, but yeah, I'm also liking the collect. But like I said, I got the collector's edition of it, which includes a bonus DVD. Actually, it's in a nice little steel book, Um, but it includes a bonus DVD that has like developer interviews, the art gallery, trailers, and of course, the history of the Final Fantasy series.
Yeah,
So, um, so yeah, honestly, I'm actually really liking 12.
that's good.
Yeah. So anyway, we should wrap this all up.
I guess so.
Oh, and by the way, if anyone's wondering, my PS3 is still working.
Yeah, yeah, I know. People have asked about
Though
that.
it does need to get repasted because you didn't repaste it when you put it together.
Yes, I did.
No, you didn't.
Yes,
You
I
just
did.
left the paste on from before.
Yeah, I did.
No, you didn't.
I said yes, I did.
You didn't repaste it.
Yes, I did.
Shut up. I know. I get what you're. I know what you're getting at, but let's just say it's the fan is running a lot faster than it used to.
That's because it's a piece of shit.
So anyway, moving on. Let's wrap this up.
Okay.
Okay.
I'll wrap things up. And I'm like dazing out because it's been such a busy day for me.
Is it that, or you just playing a video game right now?
I am honestly not playing a video game.
Okay. Because it sounds like you are, it's like as if your attention's on like a game or something. But anyway.
No, 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 no. I'm
Okay,
just
let's.
tired, exhausted.
Okay, so
Well,
yeah, let's get
wrap
this finished up.
wrap things up. Okay?
Okay.
Okay.
Anyway, I am 16-bit, or Kevin.
Hey, Kevin. I'm a big fan.
Okay, I think you've had enough to drink. Anyway, guys, good night.
Our next episode, we're gonna get drunk.
No, we're not.
Yes, we are.
End the episode right now, please.
No, we're gonna get drunk.
Oh, fuck.
What, you don't
John,
want to? You don't want to get drunk?
no,
Why not?
because I don't want to, so please end the episode now.
Um. Okay. Fine. If you must. Bye, everybody.